This is Justin AMZN on Monday, August 19th, 2019. Today we had a really nice gap up, and it was a bullish gap ago again. Looking here on the daily, Friday's candle was a bullish gap ago that made a high wave candle, and today's was another high wave-ish sort of candle, much larger upper wick, just a really small candle. The range was only 13 bucks. Friday's was 18. So a really small candle. We have a small candle like this. Let's see, was it here? Yeah, this one was 13.20. Today's was 13.39. So really similar to this size candle. And we've done some small candles like this. Like this one was only $11.09. So we've done candles like that, but this is a really key level because we're almost touching this this uptrend line. We're not quite up to the 21 exponential. We could push a little bit higher to that and make another gap up, or open flat or gap down and fade up to that. If we do get up there, the potential is that we could be actually closing above some of the resistance here. And if really we've kind of shifted and we're going to roll over, we're actually going to go further down, then I kind of get the idea that we shouldn't really be up here. Even right here, it seems like we really shouldn't be up here. We've talked about that when we get down to some of these levels, like down here where we were moving down so quickly, and it's like we shouldn't be this low. Well, this is kind of the reverse. This is kind of like we shouldn't be this high, or maybe shouldn't be back up to like 1841.30 yet, something like that. Alternatively, this is a really nice accumulation that has a lot of people scratching their heads of which way it's going to go. We've only had really 3 bullish candles, bullish closes in the last couple of weeks, which is crazy to think about how strongly bullish we were all through this, and to see that significant shift here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in 14 trading days, and it's really about 3 weeks, we've only had 3 bullish candles, about 4 in exactly 3 weeks. But anyway, it's been a lot more bearishness, although the last 2 candles, Fridays and today's, have been bullish gap and goes that actually had a bearish candle in the day. So I think that's significant too, because there's still a lot of selling coming in, even though we're gapping up. It seems like we should be moving higher, moving up above these bearish candles. We have, but we just haven't gone in the same direction. We've been fading a little bit more. Today there were some opportunities to buy off of the 1815 price. This was a really nice move up and a retest right back into the pre-market level. And then it started to slowly get going as it crossed the 21, pulled back into it, and then just kind of grinded higher and couldn't quite make a new high in the day. And this was a really nice evening star reversal that we really got a nice long retest into, until with the squeeze, we actually crossed below the 21 and pushed right back down to 1815. So there were some opportunities to buy in this range and some opportunities to sell in this range. And if we look at I meant to look at the 1850. Must have mistyped that. So the 1850 call, because I was looking for something that was around 10. No, this wasn't. Maybe the 1840 was correct. But that quick, open, pull back, right around $6 through here, but we didn't even get an R. Like you could have been buying right here at 6. It doesn't even go up to 8. This far out. You would have had to been closer. Let's go back and look at the 1840 here. The 1840. And one reason I'd be okay with this option is because we've got a level 1841.30 really close to that. So this is one where you could have been buying around 9 as it makes that base, and then held to 11. And I guess technically it touched 11 a couple times here. I just don't know if he would have been filled you would have had to have been buying a little bit below 9 to get 2R. And that would have meant buying probably down here, which you're not really going in the direction. You're not buying the call in the direction it's moving. It's just going sideways here. But that would have been buying low and selling high, so potential's there. Back this way, if we let's look at the 1825 call. Again, all these had a really quick open move. And then here, this would have been a little bit harder to buy, like 16 by 15 or 1550 by 1450. And then that moved up to 1750. And so you could have been getting in at 1550 and out at 1750, or potentially getting in 16 and out at 18. It looks like that would have worked out. That's just a lot more expensive you really would have had to been solid on this support, which it was playing out that way. And you know where your risk is defined there. But my guess is the spread on this option was much wider than it would be on something less expensive. So we did come really close to the 1825. Let's see, we touched 1826 up here, but then let's see, almost touched 1825. Yeah, it came really close on a couple of candles here, but we couldn't get back into that price. So that was a nice target to see that we touched here and then tried to get back up to here and again here before rolling over. So let's go look at the puts. This is the 1800 put. I like this just because it was setting up and putting in a really nice base at 9, right as it was making its last attempt here to make a new high on the day, and just held that level. And so when you see this holding a certain level on the option, where it's holding a certain level on the stock, it makes sense that you define your risk with that. And so getting in 950 by 9, or even 950 by 850 would have been a great entry, and then that would have moved easily 2R up to 1050. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. 950 up to 1150 up here would have been 2R, and that would have been a nice play back down into the 1815 price. Now, we didn't get all the way back down into the 1800 price with the puts, so these are already more expensive just because it's a put rather than a call. And so still could have worked out. Had you been buying early, like 950 by 850 over here, you would have had a little bit of profit that you could have scalped, but you probably would have been negative on the position and getting nervous and wanting to move your stop and hoping it doesn't roll over or hoping it doesn't break out. Ultimately, to let it, if you didn't touch it, it made it up to 2R. Sometimes that's not the case, where if you leave it alone, it works out just fine. Sometimes you need to adjust a stop or just a target. And today there was, being a bullish gap and go, there was more of an edge to the bullish move. That was early on the day, both right at the open and this retest. This is a really nice S-curve. It just didn't continue. And then when it didn't continue, it was easy to see that, there's some potential for this to roll back a little bit, just a little bit, even to here. And it did that. So take a little bit of step back. We've had these indecision areas here and here and here and now here. We've been making, I guess if you exclude this, you've been making higher highs and higher lows for the last 3 days. And so it'd be really interesting to see how we play out the next day. I could totally see something bookending, whether we gap down and fade up, being a bookend to like match this candle, or if we gap up slightly and sell down from this level, maybe from like 1830, or potentially where the 5 would open up around probably 1840 or 1838 or something, if we were to roll over from there. Then if you kind of squint, you can see that we've got a lot of bearishness in here bookending, these candles. But normally I'd look for these to be bearish and then it to be bracketed by bullish candles. And in this case, it's a little bit opposite if it does roll down. So we just have to wait and see how this plays out. Right now we are sitting on the 1815 price, and so it's a really nice price to interact with. We've interacted with it plenty, um, especially back in May. Yeah, through May we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches or near touches like this one and this one, but that was a really key level back in May. And so here we are again, with really small candle like these, sitting right in this level, blown up trend line. And what's going to do? If we do something like this tomorrow, I think I would expect a gap in either direction the next day, but if we can rest that long. We can't rest that long. If we get the move tomorrow, then just be really patient, trade the high wave candle, or look for a hammer, and a hammer like this kind of candle here, or a hammer like this kind of candle here, or a high wave candle like this, and get into the trade, and just play in the direction that it's showing to move. So yeah, some opportunities to do that today, and there'll be more opportunities to do it tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. So hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.